Hey now, hey now, hey now, hey now. I promised a life shift video. Here we go. So first I'm going to start with my own testimony. So I had surgery last Monday. My throat was still scratchy from the breathing tube. However, today I went for my follow-up, my 1 week follow-up. Still can barely stand up. However, I had to audition for a speaker kind of paid speaking thing for this conference that's in June. And I stayed up all night on Clubhouse, put a pin there. So I never went to sleep. And then I realized that I have to prepare a 5-minute presentation. Then went to my appointment, came back, jotted down some things, last night, and then I had to put it together. I wasn't really feeling it. So I sent it to this speaker coach for her to give me feedback. She gives me feedback, send the outline, do all the things that speakers do. And she gave me the feedback and I did the changes, and it just didn't feel like me. Like I couldn't get it together or whatever. So make a long story short, the audition was at 7. It is about 6 o'clock and I want to give up. I'm like, I'm not prepared. I'm not ready. I got to put my best foot forward, whatever. This is not how I roll. So Tania's like, it's nothing more than a pitch. You could do this. You got this, whatever. And I wasn't trying to hear it. Okay? Wasn't trying to hear it. So I send a text to the audition man like, listen, can I do it another day? I just had surgery. Making what? Excuses. Just had surgery, whatever. He was like, well, the next one is booked. I can see if I can, bump somebody for you. And then I looked at the text message and I said, Tanika Craig speaks. Get yourself together. So I told him, I'll pull it together. See you at 7. Mind you, I'm still like, I don't know if I can do it. I don't feel it. Whatever. Then I said, I have Life Shift where I prepare, but I get downloads. So what am I worried about? Whatever. Still didn't want to do it. So 10 minutes before, I'm going to try to get dressed, put some little makeup on, and don't look like I just had surgery. So anyway, get on the call, and it's like 5 other people that's supposed to audition. We're on Zoom, and he says, who wants to go first? Who y'all think volunteered to go first? The most unprepared. I just turned my switch on. I said, let's go. So I do my pitch. You had 5 minutes. I pretty much had what I wanted to talk about, but it wasn't quite together. So I just let the Lord lead. Said what I need to say. Finished exactly 5 minutes on the dot. Here's my own life shift lesson. When God has called you to a purpose, for a purpose, you have to be prepared so you don't have to get prepared. I teach that, right? One of my mottos. However, the human side of me is like, I ain't ready. I ain't going to do it. But if I have the medicine for someone's illness and I don't feel like giving them the medicine and they die, that blood is on my hands. Hello. So I pulled myself together and I didn't destroy, but I didn't destruct either. So here's my lesson. The topic that I talked about on the audition was about obstacles. Miss Tanika loves overcoming story, right? Talked about obstacles. And my 3 things that I said you need from my cheat code is change your mindset. Change your mindset to the point that it's unbreakable. That means you tell yourself, no matter what, nothing can break me. You take the necessary steps to battle your thoughts when they're trying to overtake you like they did on me today and say, I don't believe what you said. I'm going to do it anyway. My second point was to focus on the light at the end of the tunnel, even if you can't see it. You take one step forward, one step forward, one step forward, and then you look back. There's no light behind you. You look forward, there's no light behind you. But you got to keep moving and believing that eventually the light will show up. That's a dark and hard place. Like normally you're by yourself. But guess what? That light is at the end of the tunnel. And at the end of the tunnel is your hope. So if you don't go for your own hope, you waiting for your grandma's hope behind you, your mom's hope, your homeboys, your life shift members, their hope is in the back. Your hope is in front. Keep trucking to the light. My last point is you have to develop grit. What is grit? Grit is that I'm gonna make it if I gotta scratch, crawl, die. Grit means I don't have any other options. I'm gonna do this. Grit also means you have enough knowledge where there's flexibility in how you get to your thing, right? So that's what I talked about in my audition, and that I have the cheat code for resilience and hope, right? So I had it all planned out, just start talking. I ain't recorded, so I don't know, but I got my points across and I did it in 5 minutes. My second thing I want to talk about from last week, I was going to go all into, knowing who you are. And then Darius hit me with some knowledge today. I'll let him respond. Battery's low. I'll let him respond. But anyway, even if that's going to be the word for 2021, because we don't know what's coming. We didn't know what was coming in 2020. But even if God decides not to, you need to rejoice by the fact that he can, he will, and he has. So you look back over your life, your short amount of time that you've been on this earth, and every obstacle you've overcome when you didn't think you could, it's because God had the power to do it in a second, but you have to believe. Clap that on myself. Thirdly, perseverance. Like, I do this with my eyes closed. Like, I can take a thought and make it a lesson and give you some nuggets and some gems, but today it wasn't happening. And why? Because I wasn't prepared. Now, granted, the man just sent me the invitation Friday. What's going on with my lighting, Lord? Okay. The man just sent me the invitation on Friday, so I really didn't think about it until last night. But the thing about God is, even when you're not prepared and you don't think you have all your goods in line, you don't think you're smart enough, you don't think you got enough money, you don't think you got enough family clout, you don't think you have enough intelligence, you don't think you have enough experience, he's already went before you to prepare the now you to get to the new you. So what you have to do is just believe that the new you has everything you need to be equipped to handle the new you, and every level gets better and better. And if you get a slide back, an obstacle, a misstep, a mistake, a shortfall, a setback, you don't start back from the beginning. You get up from where you are and you keep it moving. So that has been my 9-minute video announcement. You can post your ahas or your hallelujahs or whatever in the group message. You could do it by video or by text. See y'all later. I'm going to lay down.